Well, I suppose his name is on the manga. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, if you've been to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, I'm scared. Are you gonna fall, camera? Don't do it. Don't you dare. But I'm excited. Essentially now, we have at least our three main combatants all in the same spot. And we have the Joyful Sorrow Magic. We have at least two characters with direct motivation on giving it back shots. And Descos, she's like here. But once again, I do feel like, at least currently, she's kind of... Oh. I just have to look at the page. Oh, poor Kabuki. But, like, I'm thinking, like, notably, I don't think we're going to give Descos this magic. And this, like... That's the thing. I wanted to hope for somebody else, but at the same time, as many of y'all pointed out in last week's poll, his name literally is on the manga game. So, like, ultimately, I think it does have to be Ichi, because I don't think giving Gokuraku a magic, especially one that... Then again, though, we know Ichi doesn't like Uro. So it's not unreasonable or impossible for Nishi-sensei to be like, how funny would this be? let me give a magic and a human who hate each other a link up like that. Like, that could be the case again. But I think ultimately, for us to be what is it? Are we even 30? 32. Okay, so for us being 32 chapters deep, I still think it's way too soon to introduce another male witch. And Gokuraku, once again, I feel like he's already kind of stretching the system by being a male who can use magic items and be, like, powerful enough, or at least, like, magically infused enough to even interact with magics at all. Because, notably, Descos pointed out, typically, you can't even interact with a magic if you're a man. But Gokuraku's not just able to interact with the physical form of Bakugami that it created, the little tiny tapir form, but also, like, the actual physical being. And I feel like that's enough stretch that I wouldn't want him to get a magic. I want him to be unique, essentially. We already have Descos with all the magics. Ichi's probably going to get more and more and more and more and more. But I want Gokuraku to simply evolve with possible magical tool usage. He could literally end up becoming... My brain is screaming Edward Elric, but that's still technically, like, Edward still has access to the magic system. He's just made of metal. Or he has, like, an arm and leg of metal. So I feel like that doesn't really count. But essentially, I don't want Descos to get it, because we don't know any of Descos' bag as it is. We've seen, like, 5 spells from her, even though we know she has literally, possibly hundreds. And Ichi, once again, I kind of lean into the idea that his bag is deep, but it's not really deep, because he only has 2 spells, right? Uro doesn't count. Especially, I love Uro. As amazing the character I think Uro is, he doesn't count. It is literally just Uruashi and Inazuri. That is it. He has lightning and ice. And notably, giving him a magic with such strong connections to the World Hater, someone who he's prophesized to destroy, drawing. Regardless, I think that's really, really neat, and I'd love to see the Joyful Sorrow magic have to be willingly used against the World Hater, considering how much he's a World Hater glazer. So ultimately, Ichi makes the most sense. His name is on the manga. There's good, like, character and thematic reasons why it would be him. I don't want Gokuraku to be it. I don't want Descos to get it, and Kamugi's not even here. So, like... It is just the case, man. It is just the case. It's unfortunate, but it makes absolute sense. But let's not waste more time, and let's hop right into chapter 32 of Ichi the Witch. Don't sacrifice. Darn. Does this count as back shots? Not really. It's on his neck. But see, sorry. Took me longer than I expected to lose the crowd. I swapped out with Kamugi, and she's hailing them now. Kamugi, girl, I hope, I get what. I better not be lagging this quickly. I made it to like a 40-minute video day. Okay, we are. It doesn't seem like we're lagging. But, Kamugi is a character who I'm hoping gets something. Notably, I'm not saying it's impossible to write a non-combatant character in your combat series. It's not impossible. But, like, it's so difficult that you might as well not bother. Like, I'm trying to think, what's the one non-combatant character with, no special combative utility? Because I know some people are going to say, well, think of Orihime from Bleach. And she technically still is a combatant character. She has offenses in the early series, even if they are not that effective, and defenses, and she can interact and is a major part of multiple battles in that series. So I don't think that counts. I feel like Orihime isn't it. But I'm trying to think, who is a major non-combatant character who's, like, super necessary and essentially is part of the main crew that doesn't serve some sort of role in battle? I can't even think of one off the top of my head. I know y'all are gonna be like, hey, Pencil Man, here's bang, 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 bang. So please do. In this case, genuinely remind me, because there's probably one. I just can't think of it. Like, I'm going through all, like, some of my favorite manga. I'm thinking of Chainsaw Man. I'm thinking of Magi. I'm thinking of Dragon. Well, I guess Bulma. Bulma counts. Because she's super... You know what? This is the thing. You can make a Bulma. Because she is the other main character of Dragon Ball. Consistently. Like, well before Vegeta ever was. Well before Piccolo ever was. And Piccolo's never really the main character. Well before Gohan ever was. So, yeah, technically, Bulma counts. She has her moments of combat, but they don't really count. So, honestly, yeah. You can definitely take Mugi down the Bulma route. If you want to, but I just don't think she's built for that. I hope she gets something eventually, but let's see. I swapped out with Mugi, and she's handling them now. Ichi? Gokuraku! I saw right as I was coming down. Nice punch! But you know what? You know, sometimes you gotta respect the force. Like, I don't know. Considering I still need to learn how to fight, right? So I want to get a good chunk lighter before I learn how to fight, so I have at least a little bit of automatic stamina and they can build more stamina. But like, I know I have friends who are capable of combat, and it is genuinely an impressive spectacle to see them perform well in their craft. It's almost like, it really is anything, right? Where you see a friend do good, and you're like, okay, big dog, I know you were swinging like that. In this case, it was literally swinging like that. And I do like that. Ichi's like, yo, good form, girl. And he goes in for a fist bump. I love that. It tickles my heart. Oh, and there is one part I forgot to mention. Due to the first chapter of the last super review being in Portuguese, not Spanish. It was in Portuguese. But Romance languages are simple enough I was able to piece out most of it. And I did read it before when it was still in English. I was incorrect. There was an extra specific mention that I failed to point out. It wasn't just that Ichi and Gokuraku are like friends. They are friends, right? Like that's the whole point. That's the main idea that... Ooh, what's her name? It's Ray something. What is it? Where's my Googler? Gosh darn, no, the sister. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep forgetting her. I keep blanking on her name. But essentially, that was the main point that chapter was trying to hammer across. They are friends. Even if they didn't realize it at first, they ended up bonding and becoming homies. And notably, remember, that's the main reason they're here. Well, obviously, you know, also to take down the slumbering Majik, which is literally the tape here. I'm lagging. Why? I don't know why it does this. It is so random when it does it too. And like, why is that on the screen? I'm so confused. Yeah, sorry about this. I don't know why this happens. Like, and notably, the software I use, like, it allows for, like, quote-unquote Wi-Fi functionality. I don't do that. It is hardline linked to my computer. That's where my camera is linked to. I have no idea why it does that. And why it will randomly start lagging. And it's so inconsistent, too. Like I mentioned, yesterday, like, or no, I don't think it was 40 minutes, but the 30-minute Chainsaw Man review went smooth. It didn't hit any lag, nothing. We're not even 10 minutes into this, and suddenly, I don't get it. Let's see. All that to say, that was a very important theme of that chapter that I ended up covering that I did not get because, you know, I didn't give it my full traditional breakdown because I literally couldn't read it properly. But with that being the case, I do like that. And I like how Ichi even was like, hey, an actual friend. Because, like, notably, obviously, you could definitely argue Komugi is his friend. But I think to some degree, Ichi still sees Komugi more so as a mentor. Same thing with Descadas, where, like, they're traveling together. They are companions for all intents and purposes. But, like, they aren't really homies, if you know what I'm talking about. Gokuraku essentially is a homie. And a homie hits different. A homie just hits different. Anyone who has a homie of any variety, you know a homie hits different. But speaking of homies hitting different, like, I like that. They both go and fist bump. Yeah. How old is Gokuraku? He's the younger sibling. I forget, did they ever clarify his age? He's huge if he's meant to be, like, around the same age as Ichi. He honestly looks at Descadas' age. But then again, I'm not even sure how old Descadas is. I'm assuming she's in her mid-20s. Or, like, early 20s. I'm saying mid, because, like, I'm not going to do, but regardless, let's see. Yeah. Whoa, hey, you're covered in blood. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I guess his arm did shatter from using that much force. Interesting. Let's see. What? Hey, you're covered in blood. What happened to your arm? I mean, gotta pull that. And I love how Ichi has not left the back of the Joyful Sorrow Majik. He's just he's legitimately flexing dominance right now, or displaying dominance like, you're so fodder, I can literally stand on you, and what are you going to do about it? There are a few things in life that are extremely disrespectful to me. Ever being on top of somebody, in specific context, but like standing on somebody, ultimate level disrespect. You essentially view them equal to the ground in that sense. If you're gonna stand on somebody or put your foot on somebody's head or any part of their body, very, very disrespectful. Like putting your ground workers on anybody's just a straight sign of rudeness in my mind. And the other is to do anything where you palm their head. And like not like a little head pat or anything like that. I get that. I give that to people all the time. Even like not just like my baby cousins, but I am relatively large, so I do just be head patting people. But if someone ever just and starts moving my head around, I see nothing but absolute violence in their future. Like, don't ever do that to me. And once I finally go to one con or another, one of you's gonna run and grab my face. But still, like that, those are the two levels of disrespect. And Ichi casually flex it. Let's see. I love the sound effects. Drip, drip. Let's see. Well, being honest with you, going over 50 is kind of risky. There we go. I think I'll stick with that one. Goku, I'm so sorry. And I find it, I will find it especially funny. Like, if Ichi I still think Ichi the Witch is going to do very, very well. But, like, if someone ever watches the run of the reviews, so far, Gokuraku is the character whose voice is consistently changing. And, of course, a week in between, especially if you watch the reviews a week apart when they drop, you may not notice it, but, like, I, as the person doing all the different voices, I can hear the numerous differences in Gokuraku. And I can't imagine for, like, the past 5 or 6 chapters, people being like, why does the voice keep changing? Let's see. Over 50 what? Presumably, I guess I never thought about that. But, like, 50% magic infusion, I'm guessing? Whatever his things do. I mean, it seems like it may be a multiplier thing, it may be an additional thing. Considering it's percentage based, I think it is kind of just an additional thing. Like, he has a set amount of extra power he can draw from, and then he can choose how much extra power he's drawing from based on the moment in time. The reason I don't think it's maybe it's a multiplier, but the reason I don't think it is because, like, it's quantified in percents. He's like 50% simple punch or 10% simple punch. Like, he's regulating how much of his extra power he's going to use at a time. And ultimately using too much power that is beyond his limit will end up hurting his body. Let's see. Two guys hanging out and going all out on a magic. Not exactly the sight you're used to seeing. Whoa, looks like it hurts. I'll be honest, it does. Not exactly a sight you're used to seeing on a magic hunt. And that is true, right? And ultimately, I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again. I'm not fully against other male witches. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not fully against other male witches being introduced later. But when I mean later, I mean later. Like, notably, remember, we still haven't even met more than one other faction of the Mantonel Witches Association. In terms of witches we've actually seen in action so far in the narrative, it's 2. It's Descados and by active I mean active and common. We've seen Shirobadon, we've seen Mono Gold, but it's literally just Descados and Togais. And notably, we don't even actually see them get that active. So I feel like we've barely scratched the surface of what witches could actually do. And, like, obviously we have Descados, the pinnacle of witchhood. So, like, obviously Ichi's striving to reach her level, but still, even to a point, I would like to see more from other witches before we start introducing more male witches. And like I said, we're already kind of stretching it with Gokuraku. So the novelty of Ichi will only fade drastically in universe and possibly even out if he's quickly, not necessarily being replaced, but being supplemented on by male witch after male witch after male witch after male witch. That's why ultimately I want Uro to kind of be the key to becoming a male witch. King Magic, he can only be destroyed by the heart. His heart can only be destroyed by a man, and thusly only a man can claim him. And there's only one Uro, so there can only be one male witch at a time. That's kind of what I'm leaning with the number for. That's why I don't want Gokuraku to get the Joyful Sorrow Magic, but at the same time I can see the beauty of them being fused together. Let's see. But once again, I do like that. I like how Descados, someone who was raised in the witching world, is like, 2 men giving him magic backshots. Giving him magic backshots. Was not on my bingo card. Let's see. Oh. Okay, it's Mr. Tapir. You insufferable human! Oh, but just Ichi, he does dodge. Let's see. Ugh, bloodlust. Hey, Ichi, fire off them senses. That'd be, I don't know. What would it even be like to feel bloodlust? I guess I wouldn't know. Like, I don't think anyone's ever been bloodlusted towards me, which is a good thing. I'd rather not have anyone bloodthirsty angry with me. But at the same time, it's so interesting. Like that immediate reaction. What is it? Is it like cold? Does it like send shivers down your spine? Is it like a red hot feeling? Like I'm not sure if it would be hot, cold, or something neutral. But it's like bloodlust. You too! Why? You smell like them! Like world hate! See, that's the thing. He must have sniffed them. He must have sniffed. I mean, like, I know tapirs have those, like, proboscises. They do have relatively long and pretty strong noses. But, like, why do you know what he smells like? I mean, now, why do you? Were you that close while y'all hadn't been incarnated yet? Like, how do you... How? How do you know that smell? Like, don't get me wrong. I can smell bacon and then know it's bacon without having to see it. But, like, how often did the Joyful Sorrow Mashik and the World Hater interact? And the World Hater is, like, tolerating his presence and, if not immediately obliterating him, like, I have no idea what's up with the Joyful Sorrow Mashik. But honestly, I like that. I do like that I don't know. And I'm hoping if, even against his own will, hypothetically, he does end up giving us even more lore, considering he does seem to be quite knowledgeable. Even if he does kind of refuse just a teeny tiny bit to hop off a teeny tiny tip. Let's see. Huh? And the scent is way thicker than the what's on the dumb Yo, don't talk to my wife that way. No, I'm kidding. I'm probably gonna say it every review. If you look at Descanos, hit me up. Hit me up. I'm folding. I got a ring for it. It's right off camera. I got a ring for it. It's right off. If you look at Descanos, hit my line. Hit my line. I'm folding better than paper. Origami ain't got nothing. I'm folding like it's just immediately falling over. Let's see. And the scent is way thicker than that's on that dumb witch. It's almost as if you got their blood on you. I'm shocked that Descanos didn't have any of his blood on him. She literally decapitated the man. I guess she probably didn't want to, but still. Let's see. What happened? How is this possible? Tell me, human. I ain't gotta tell you, Jack. Obviously, Ichi began to stitch because he doesn't care. But, like, I don't know. Especially if a Magic I didn't like, or like a human hair Magic was like, give me information. I'd be like, I'll give you back shots before I ever give you any information. Lore? You want lore from me? Sure, after I capture you. But, like, man, I ain't telling him nothing. But let's see. I'm assuming Ichi just immediately gives up the game. You don't care that I landed on you? Tell me now, every single last teeny tiny itty bitty detail. What did you do to Lord World Hater? I still find it weird that they don't have a name for him. Like, they took the humans' name for him. Like, I don't know. That's straight. It's like gorillas calling their leader an alpha. Well, like in there, does that make sense? I guess maybe, but I don't know. Maybe they hear it enough and they think it. I have no idea. But still, it's interesting. It's interesting. I guess, though, because that's the thing. Magics, they aren't really animals, yet they aren't really human. So maybe they do still kind of choose their own names. And ultimately, the World Hater Magic decided to spread himself as sort of like a nexus point for its respective domain. I'm guessing? I don't know. What did you do to Lord World Hater? Boy, you're loud. Hi, I'm Ichi. Wait, what is the domain? What was I talking about? Tell me every single what you did to Little World. Oh no, yeah, I do just really want to know, like why do they call him World Hater? Does he not have a proper name, or is his name literally that sacred that it's literally erased as well? Let's see. I'm Ichi. I'm a witch, and Ichi, you were so close. You should have said I'm Ichi the witch, and then I could have rolled credits. I could have went it. And then you'll immediately go crazy. But no. I'm a witch. I'm Ichi the witch. All right, Ichi. Let's see. I'm a witch. And, the World Hater, right? I can be loud too. Now, the funny thing is, I just always kind of been a loud person. Loud, boisterous, would interact. Like I've always kind of just been that guy. So that doesn't even consider to me. But I have had moments where I've had to, like, adjust my natural volume. Like I just gotta lower it, just a pretty hefty amount, because I'm also just naturally loud. Naturally loud is in the most mundane of scenarios. Like something funny can happen in something, and I'll just burst out loud. It is very straight. Let's see. I can be loud too. I froze it in ice and stabbed him in the neck with a stick. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Ichi, you did that. Ichi, my glorious, sweet hunting king, never. Well, actually, no, please do evolve, but never evolve. Go back to basics. But it is, yeah, like I said, Ichi, he just admits it. He doesn't ask, hey, did Ice Arctic do it? Hey, did Reggie do it? Hey, did anybody do it? Where am I going? Where am I going? See, hold on. This is what happens when I'm EP, bro. Wait a second. I'm gonna do 10 jumping jacks real quick. Because I shouldn't be EP. I should not be EP. It's way too early to be EP. Hold on. It's jumping jack time. Oh. Okay, we're gonna wave the arms about. I can't be jumping jack or else things will fall. Let me see. I think it's like I started talking about Pokemon. Like, what is happening? I have too many things in the brain. I got Ginger King on the brain. I got Pokemon on the brain. I got scripts on the brain. I got book on the brain. I have so much on the brain. Let me see. Get the blood pumping. Get everything moving. Oh, I'm slacking something over. Let's see. I froze it in ice, and I stabbed it in the neck with a stick. I actually do like that he calls it. Like, clearly the World Hater does take on a humanoid male visage, but he doesn't even grace it with, like, the pronoun he. He's like, no, it's an it. I was hunting it. I didn't get it, but I managed to stab. Like, that, I like that. Once again, Ichi's mentality in regards to Monstrix. It is interesting. Especially considering he didn't even hesitate when it took a more humanoid form. So I feel like that lack of hesitation to attack anything with bloodlust towards him, even if they happen to be human shaped, I feel like that's going to come back and haunt him. In an interesting way, not in a bad way. Let's see. I can be loud too. I froze it in ice and stabbed it in the neck with a stick. Stabbed. You! I'll kill you! Oh! But you know what? Honestly, there is no such thing as a fair fight on the battlefield, brother. Man, Gokuraku, get that hit in, bro. Because honestly, when you jump on somebody, you can't think of logistics. If they decide to have the nerve to start chatting, let them chat, and then slide the one that ain't your homeboy. Sometimes you just gotta get devious and diabolical with it. I don't even blame Gokuraku one leg. Give that man side shots. I'll kill you! Hold on, I'm not done punching you yet. Yeah, Gokuraku, get that hit. Oh, but you know what? The Joyful Sorrow Magic does actually react, at least seemingly. Let's see. Synchro rate, 20%. Okay, so he did lower the output. Then again, it is synchro. Maybe I'm not sure what he's syncing with, though. That's the only thing about synchro rate. I'm not sure what he's syncing with, other than, like, maybe the gauntlets. But still, very impressive. He drops down the AP or drops down the percentage in order to actually still be able to use his arms. But he does whoop out a pretty decent amount of force, but doesn't look like it did much of anything. What is this? What? Oh! Okay, so once again, whoever acquires this man is going to be infinitely broken. What? Well, actually, I guess not. Because I guess for his abilities to work, you do need a decent chunk of setup. Like running a nation setup? Well, let's see. Unless we're building into, like, some super spirit bomb thing, where ultimately everyone's negativity can all be summoned by, like, a final Ichi or something to infuse into another attack. Let's see. Or, like, a reverse thing with the spirit bomb. Let's see. Misery's Mask. Ugh. I really didn't want to do this. This ability is powered by sorrow. Using it means I have to use up some of what I've accumulated. But I don't care anymore. Hey, I mean, like, admittedly, there's not a single person I'm glazing this much or crashing out over this much, but I've seen some things. I've seen some devious things. So, like, I would actually be shocked if that was something that existed. But let's see. Where am I? See, that's the thing. I'm so off track. Hold on. Think for a second. What was I actually talking about? Oh, but no, that's the thing. Where is my brain going? Hold on. Flick. But I don't care anymore. I like that the Joyful Sorrow Magic is like, I do not care if I'm going to waste up years upon years of prep time. I need to get my leg back for the World Hater. I like that. And I also think, notably, the Tapir will get a massive debuff when either fighting large breeds of monsters or magic or Monstrix or anything like that. And also, I think realistically, large hordes of monsters and what? What? I have no idea. I really forgot. Oh, Sorrow. That's the thing. He can't build up Sorrow, at least not quickly. So ultimately, the abilities of the Joyful Sorrow Magic, they have limits, and they cannot be as easily expressed without all that prep time, which does make him a bit worse. We'll really see what happens when he runs on lower amounts of energy. Let's see.
I'm going to make you suffer, and then I'm going to kill you.
Okay, interesting. Ichi's like, me? Suffer? Do you know whose name is on the manga again? Hold on, that's it. I'm gonna go grab a sip. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Hopefully I can wake up and actually like keep on a coherent point. I'm only halfway through the chapter. Let's see. I'm going to make you suffer, and then I'm going to kill you. But once again, I love how Ichi and Gokuraku, neither of them like give the monster any time to breathe while it's talking, while it's yapping. They're just like, no, we're gonna keep attacking you. There's no reason to not keep attacking you. We're gonna give you these front shots and back shots and side shots, whether you like them or not. Let's see. Inazuri. Swing! Oh. But once again, the joyful magic does actually, the joyful sorrow magic does actually dodge. Let's see. Okay, I like that. So they land the attack. The joyful sorrow magic seems to do something. Seems like it hits the ground. They dodge they both dodge that attack, or possibly leap back only to gain distance. Interesting. Okay, so now we're finally seeing Ichi properly switch between spells. So he uses Inazori for the initial attack. He whiffs, and Gokuraku's fist is stuck in the Misery's mask. Then it leaps up into the air. They both leap back, only to immediately lunge back in. One with Urawashi, and then this time with Gokuraku kicking with the leg. Synchro rate 30%, which is higher than 20% used for the punch, presumably because that leg is undamaged. Then they go in for a symbol kick and an Urawashi. So we know ice and then physical power. But then the joyful sorrow magic does immediately defend itself with Sorrow Spear. All right. I like this. I like that they're already ganking, and it does look like they actually did do some damage to the spear. Ichi has cracks in it and it has frozen over a decent chunk of it, and Gokuraku's foot is lodged inside, which probably isn't a good thing, but still better than nothing. Let's see. Well, you really can use magic. You weren't lying when you called yourself a witch, despite being male. But, if you are... Like, he's like, wait a minute. I see a vision. I get that. Because he's like, wait a second. If you could use magic, then I could possibly get some use out of you. I get that. But interesting. He's surprised they can use magic, but rather than being like, that's crazy, what the heck? You insects are figuring out magic? That's bad. He's like, oh, well, I'll just cut you right here. I never have to worry about it. But if you are... Get back! Oh. Where did you come? Richa. That's her name. Richa. There we go. Completely forgot it earlier. I did not look it up in the middle of all getting a sip, by the way. I just remembered it now. But Richa. Interesting. She pops up now of all times. Okay, let's see. Oh, she's crying too. Well, this is her savior, right? Let's see. What? Elder sister? Gokuraku, please stop this. What? How? Oh, wait. Is he under the influence of that sorrowful Zabra? Did he actually get to undertake the trial? Is he once again, my big issue with him undertaking the trial in particular is he can't get anything from it. He literally can't pass it. Right? Like, even if he passes it, unless he's able to burn through all that sorrow, he won't actually be able to claim the joyful sorrow magic. So, like, the trial will not count as pass. He's just going to go through unneeded, untold suffering for nothing. Let's see. What? Elder sister? Gokuraku, please, stop. What? How? How can you do something so cruel? You used to be such a kind, gentle boy. Ooh, that hurts. Why don't I think straight to the core, Gokuraku? Sorry. Let's see. Oh, okay. And he's so in the sparkly background and the weird paneling, he's definitely off some of that sorrowful za. That insane sorrowful. So he must have gotten a taste. He must have gotten that Zoro treatment. Well, not really, because the pain seems more physical than mental in the case of Zoro and Kuma. So this is some of that mental Kuma treatment. But see, I can't believe you used violence against Lord Bakugami. I can't believe you did it. But you know what? As much as I'm getting on the Bakugami's case for being an absolute certified licensed and registered meat muncher, he is a top tier rage baiter. like I can't even talk. Like he knows how to pluck every single one of Gokuraku's strings with straight ears. It's basically an art form for him at this point. He's like, oh, what a beautiful instrument to play. The strings of a man's heart. Like that is crazy. But I respect it though. Like, and the way he's playing with it too, and using his weakness in specific, right? Especially if he is meaning to be using some of that Za, if not all of it, if he truly implemented the trial on Gokuraku. This is so specific, right? Like, this is extremely specific. It should be everyone's pain. But notably, the Joyful Sorrow Magic knows specifically why Gokuraku is motivated, how Gokuraku is motivated, and knows that any physical pain or mental agony of random people suffering wouldn't mean anything to him, even if it is multiplied and concentrated. The main way to get someone like Gokuraku viciously angry, or even possibly contemplating, or even stopping at least, is to have him be faced with the one thing he cares about. Because notably, he mainly just cares about his sister. He never even mentioned any care for their dad. So, like, Reach is all he has. Let's see. No! That thing is no god! Oh, wait, no. They're our savior, our most blessed god. No, that thing is no god. It's a demon that twisted you and father, everyone in the whole country. Not inaccurate. But that's the thing. I thought about it more. I can't blame people, man. I can't blame people. Like, I've had hardship, quote unquote, in my life. And this isn't like a hardship Olympics, but like, my life has never ever reached the lowest of the lows that it was in Bakugami. Before Lord Bakugami. Before the Joyful Sorrow Magic. It never got that low. It's never been that bad. My son has never fallen that far out of the sky. So I legit can't, especially considering, started with the princess, who was a manipulable child who just lost her mother. Like, I cannot blame people for falling back and giving everything into this. I believe worshipping the thing is kind of crazy, but it would be the first time that humans found something that made them even slightly happier, or thought of something that made them slightly happier, and then immediately started worshipping it. And this is like an actual, tangible, physical thing that directly assists with their problem, quote unquote. So I can see, genuinely, a lot of strife and pain wanting to be taken away. I can't blame people for wanting to give that up, because even if I say, oh, you know, grieving with it healthfully over the 10-year period, that's actually better than just, you know, losing all of it. In the moment, you aren't thinking like that. All you wish you could do is just ignore it and or undo it. But since you can never undo it, you always try to ignore it. And ultimately, the Bakugami provides that escape route, which is really, really unfortunate. But let's see. What? Then it's my fault? Oh, okay. I like him. I like the cut of his jib. He's a terrible person, but I like the cut of his jib. Let's see. I brought Lord Bakugami to everyone, so it's my fault they're all twisted? No, like it's obviously Lord Bakugami's fault, or it's obviously the Joyful Sorrow Magic's fault, but like, she's not, like, this is gonna sound so bad, she's not completely innocent, but she was also literally a child who had just lost her mother. It's like, I feel like you can't put Richa at fault for that. Like, that'd be genuinely, that's absurd. Like, I don't think, you can't really blame her at all for that. And I don't blame Gokuraku for really being like, no, that isn't just because, you know, he loves his sister and doesn't want to take the blame. But also at the same time, like, that just isn't true. Well, like, you really cannot blame her for the actions of a fully sentient, entirely autonomous other being made of magic that stole all of her negative emotions from her. Like, yeah, it's fully that thing's fault. Let's see. No, that's not what I... It is. You let me in. Now I'm going to destroy your country. Stop! Everybody's going to die. And it's all your fault. Once again, he's an A1 top tier rage baiter, bro. Like, and you know, admittedly, I'm not the biggest fan of rage bait. I just don't really get it. I don't fully understand it. I'm not either perpetuating it or participating in it. I try not to be a rage baiter. I know some people think I am. Some people hear some of my takes are like, Pencil's gotta be rage baiting. I promise I'm not. I just have fundamentally different opinions than some people. But with that being the case, the Joyful Sorrow Magic, top tier rage, like, literally legendary rage bait. Like, I should be taking notes right now. If I ever want to rage bait somebody, I just got to take tips straight from Lord Bakugami. Let's see. I said, stop, you fool! Shut your mouth, you filthy magic! Okay. That's the thing, though. I feel like it can't be all the sorrow. He'd probably be, like, you know, going insane. I feel like this is a little light. Let's see. Oh. Just guys, help your son. Or help your son. But interesting. So he punches at Ichi. Huh. But shout outs to Ichi with the weave, though. Especially at such a point, like, yeah, shout outs to my son in base with the weave. Okay, I see you, Ichi. Oh, Deskudas getting blown away a little bit.
No. Punch you into paste. Smash your face in. Gummy. Make you pay.
Huh? Gokuraku? And so, yeah, there we go. I see what he did there. And so, yeah, I'm giving him the Vexen voice. I was going back and forth giving Gokuraku the Vexen voice. No. Editing me, future me, keep this in. For the rest of the days, Lord Bakugami, the Joyful Sorrow Magic, the Tapir, he's gonna have the Vexen voice. I have to give it to him. And so, the pitiful sacrifice, the experiment, if you will, I mean, challenger, is drawn into their nightmare. Those who are given my sorrow are shown visions, nightmares which drive them to insanity. Some break down and cry, some attempt to take their lives, and some... Okay, so yeah, it doesn't look like he gave it all. Because it looks like even more is being fueled directly into him, right? Like, this is a whole bunch of sorrow that's flowing further and further into his body. So, ultimately, yeah, I think Ichi still needs to take the trial himself. I don't think Gokuraku can become a witch off this. I think it'd be a little bit too much, so now they just need to stop Gokuraku. Let's see. Then again, we saw Desuka's use an ability to immediately calm somebody, but that was only, like, what, a small portion of the sorrow? So I'm not sure if it'd even work on this current Gokuraku. Let's see. Ooh, he slams his fists together. Looks like he's bleeding. And some lose their minds to rage.
Now, let the show begin, Ichi the Witch.
What? We keep dropping the title of the manga, bro. I love it in Naruto Shippuden when they say this really is our Naruto Shippuden, dog. But there we go. That was a nice, beautiful, hefty, clean drop. I'm sorry I was so EP this review. I'm sorry. I guess I need to take a nap before recording. Man, I hope I didn't miss anything. I was talking about Pokemon Realms. Was that supposed to be like a Kagura? Like, I have no idea. This is why I don't record with EP, bro. Like, I have no idea what even starts to just waterfall out of my mouth. And my videos are essentially like waterfall mouth anyway. But man, it gets bad. But overall, a W chapter. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please leave Raging Minds. Leave Raging Minds in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that all these posts you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you even have a page down below where you support me for as well as one things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can now become a member of the channel for as well as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks include the live reactions, here the series I am to review, happy variations of all my videos, and if you become a $12 patron or a $12 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, you have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop 5 beans for a short video, 20 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier XZ, Zara, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Gyomi, Yuki Ally, Buddha Uda, Azo 2404, Planet Crone, G Prosper, Nevis 97, and Ollie. I'd like to give a big old thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Nirvana Igneel, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, and A+A. And I'd like to give a big old thank you to our Inc. tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, Euchia, Carlo Alaimo, and Grim. And then I'd like to give a big old hefty thank you to our digital art tier members: Jay Warrior and AZ Void. And then I'd like to give a big old thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Waki Munoz and Waki Munoz. And then I'd finally like to give a giga super duper kidney sacrificing thank you to our ultimate, that guy with a heart on the horizon, Calvin Elder.